there everyone, welcome to Pour Painting with Ron. I hope you've been really well since the last time we saw each other. If it's your first time here, welcome. I hope you find something interesting to look at today and perhaps inspire you to create something yourself. Now, as I mentioned on my last video, I just launched my new website advertising painting workshops. So if you are local to southeast Queensland, Brisbane, Ipswich area, and you'd like to dabble a little bit in pour painting and learn some new skills, make something beautiful, you might like to attend one of my workshops. So I'll put the link in the description to this video, and I look forward to seeing some of you. Anyway, so what sort of painting am I going to be doing today? Well, I am going to be doing a ring pour again today, but I'm going to experiment a little bit. Now, in the past, I've mixed some of this into my colours. This is the DecoArt Americana Decor Satin Enamel. And what that does is create interesting sort of cloud effects. But in the past, I've only added it to the white and not the other colours. And I thought I'd experiment a little bit today and put some of this in all of my colours, see what happens. I'm expecting a very sort of light sort of painting, pastel-y sort of painting. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, the paints I'm using today are all Montmartre colours. I've picked out four. I'm using gold, and this darker yellow, medium yellow. I didn't get the really light one because the satin enamel is white and it lightens up all the colours. So I picked a darker yellow. And then I am using the, what's this one? Crimson. And then some titanium white. And my pouring medium today is good old Australian Floetrol. Now for the canvas I'm using today, mixing about 90 grams of each of the colours with about 90 grams of Floetrol, 1.5 teaspoons of the satin enamel, and a little bit of water just to get it the right consistency. Now the canvas I'm using today is this 45 centimetre square thick edge canvas, and just like I always do, I taped off the back with some painter's tape and put in some giant push pins to keep it off the surface of the table. Okay, let's get started. Well, here we are. I've got my paints mixed up. I'll just show you the consistency. If I do a little twirly shape, the bump stays on there for about 3 seconds before it disappears. So it's reasonably thin. If I was doing a normal ring pour and I really wanted to keep the rings, I would make it thicker. But for the satin enamel to work, you need to have the paint a bit thinner. I'll probably even do it thinner than that perhaps, but yeah, we'll see how we go today. All right, so I've mixed them up to the same consistency. Some have a bit more water in them than others, just to get this consistency right across all of the colours. I'm going to be pouring them into this milkshake cup. So you won't be able to see the layers, but I'm sure you can imagine what it will look like. Now the first colour you put in will be the colour that's in the centre of your painting. So I thought I might put a bit of gold in the centre. Just dribble a little bit in the bottom of the cup. And then, what colour will I put next? Maybe the yellow, and I'll just slide it down the side of the cup. So the yellow, then the crimson, which has sort of gone pink, with the satin enamel. That's all right, I want a sort of light coloured painting. And then I'll put in some white. Now I'll keep layering the paint like that until it's all gone. Ooh, that's a lot of paint, probably too much. But better too much than not enough. I can always tip some off my canvas. Right, now I'll bring in the canvas. I'll just check to make sure you can see it. Yes, you can. Might just pull it back a little bit. All right. Now I may finish off in the centre with some little wiggles instead of ring, just to spice it up a bit, but we'll see. You do really want to get the cup close to the surface, but because it's such a large one, I can't really do that. But I'll get closer as I pour. I do a wiggle maybe. Just doing some wiggles in the middle. Now you do want to catch any drips, because the drips get bigger as you stretch it out. There, caught the drip. Now, before I stretch it out, and I've got heaps of paint on there, I'll give it a bit of a torch. Off the air bubbles. Sure if that satin enamel is going to do anything in the other colours, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm just moving it around on my canvas. Okay, I might go down to this corner. And then I'll bring it back to the middle. And then I'll go down to this corner. Bring it back to the middle. Now, which corner will I go to? Maybe this one. Down to the middle. Go down to this one. That way. And I don't really like the bottom there, so I'll get rid of some of that. put some of that down there. Just bring it up again. Hopefully I can stretch out that middle a bit. Okay. Won't drip my hands on the painting, that wouldn't be good. Hang on, I'll just get a cloth. My gloves are gross. Yeah, mess. Now, before I torch again, I'll just pick up some paint and cover up corners that didn't get covered. That's that corner. We'll just check the others. Oh, this corner here isn't done. Not quite what I was expecting for, but it's pretty. It's still pretty, but not quite the look I was imagining, but hence the experiment. Okay, now give it a little bit of a torch. Let's see if the satin enamel did anything at all. I mean, there's a few little cells and things popping up. That may be the satin enamel, but yeah, I was hoping for a bit more of a sort of a cloudy, soft look, but I don't know, it's still pretty. I mean, the gold will go really gold when it dries. And we've got like ended up with a bit of a salmon-y sort of colour as well. Okay, it'll be interesting to see how this develops a bit once I let it sitting for a while. Now, before I bring you in for a closer look, I'll just go around the bottom edges with my palette knife to get off the drips. That's important. Drips look ugly. They also pull paint off your canvas. There we go, like that. So I'll just finish this and then I'll bring you in for a closer look. Okay, so I've got the camera way above my head. Hopefully you can see that okay. So I'll just bring you down. I think it looks quite interesting. The colours look washed out in the camera. They're brighter here. It looks more like orange here instead of yellow. Don't think I can fix that in the camera. Yeah, now see how you're seeing that colour now? That's what the colour looks like. I'll just have to stay off the edge of my canvas a bit. So we've got some nice ring action happening. Yeah, the colours look yucky in camera, but they look much nicer from where I'm standing. Anyway, but you get the idea, I hope. So it'll be interesting to see how this one dries. So you see we got like little cells. That could be the that satin enamel doing stuff. Yeah, but not quite what I was expecting. So what did you think of that one? I think it turned out interesting. Not at all what I was hoping for with the satin enamels, but yeah, you don't find out unless you give it a go. So I'll probably just stick to putting it in the white in future and having my paints a bit thinner to create that white cloudy effect with bits of colour in it. Anyway, I hope you get what I mean anyway. Anyway, perhaps ring pours are something you'd like to have a go at yourself. They're not that hard to do. If you want more defined rings, keep your mix on the thicker side, and then if you want them to blend a little bit more together, you can thin out your mix just that little bit more. Well, we've come to the end of this video, I'm afraid, so I'll have to say goodbye for now and clean up the mess. That's not the fun part. But as usual, if you enjoyed what you saw today, please take a moment to press the like button, and if you'd like to see more of my content, please take a moment to subscribe. Well, I hope you have a really good week ahead, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. In the meantime, happy painting.